In previous discourses, I have endeavored to share with you some of the facts and ideas that contribute to my own understanding of the first 3 articles of our creed. I have set forth some histories and some points of orientation to show how we might aspire and strive to know what we believe, rather than to believe that we know, about chaos, and Babylon, and Baphomet. In the 4th article, we say, "And I believe in one Gnostic and Catholic Church, of light, life, love, and liberty, the word of whose law is thelema." What does it mean to believe in a church? What is a church, anyhow? The English word church actually derives from the Greek kyrios, meaning Lord. So, a church is a house of the Lord. And thus we might see our church as an institution dedicated to the secret and ineffable Lord, whom we acknowledge in the 1st article. But in this particular case, as in many others, we see that church is being used as a translation and synonym for the Latin word ecclesia, since the Gnostic Catholic Church is the same as Ecclesia Gnostica Catholica. The Latin ecclesia is a transliteration of the same word in Greek, and that Greek ecclesia means assembly or gathering. The theosophist James M. Price was an esoteric student of Greek, and he wrote The Apocalypse Unsealed, a book that earned rave reviews from Aleister Crowley and John Yarker. In Price's book, he discusses the meaning of the 7 churches in Asia in the biblical revelation to John. Price looks at the Greek ecclesia, and he understands it allegorically, so that the assembly or gathering is a nervous plexus or ganglion. He correlates these 7 churches to the 7 lampstands and the 7 seals of the Apocalypse, and identifies them all with the 7 sat chakras, the centers of energy or attention, along the central column of the human form. Now, the Sanskrit word chakra means a wheel, and it too is used to indicate a spiritual association or circle of believers. A body of initiated tantrists is called a chakra. Considering these various links, we may imagine our church as a wheel, with the Lord for its axle. Now, we call our church Catholic, and this word is sometimes a source of confusion. In casual speech, Catholic religion implies a capital C and refers to the Roman Catholic Church, which seems to have a de facto trademark on this word Catholic. But this word has an earlier history and a larger meaning. Catholic means universal. The opposite of this sort of Catholic is not Protestant, but ethnic. By calling itself Catholic, the Roman Church was asserting that its sacraments were suitable for all people and available to those who would believe in it, not just those who were born into it, not just those of a particular nation, of a particular complexion or language. And this is true of our church also. Now, it is also true that at one time, before our church embraced the law, it took the word Catholic into its name to express a sense of kindred symbol with the Roman Catholic Church. When our founding bishops in France were concerned to establish a church body that could provide traditional sacraments to former Roman Catholics who had forsaken that church by joining esoteric societies like the Martinist order of Girard-en-Causse. But our church is now under the law of thelema, not the gospel of Christianity. And the Roman Church is at most an old stepmother to our Gnostic Church. Gnostic is the final qualifier that goes to form the Church's name. There is plenty of scholarly controversy over the correct application of the word Gnosticism to religions in the early centuries of the Christian era. The name was originally part of a term of derision. Irenaeus and Hippolytus wrote with scorn regarding the so-called Gnostics, whom they worked to expose as subversives and dangerous heretics. But that so-called is key, since even the Orthodox wanted to claim that their path was the one to true gnosis, the unmediated knowledge of God. Still, no one actually used Gnosticism to refer to their own religion until the 19th century, when the esoteric antiquarian Jules Douanel founded his E.G.C, Gnostique, or Gnostic Church, the church from which ours descends. Now, our Gnostic Catholic Church is a body within Ordo Templi Orientis. All of the clergy of the church are initiates of OTO, and the summit of initiation in OTO is called the Sanctuary of the Gnosis. We can contrast our Gnostic and Catholic Church with the Catholic and Apostolic Church that appears in Christian creeds. The legitimacy of apostolic churches rests on an apostolate, that is, an organized line of followers, commissioned by their founder Jesus. Our Gnostic legitimacy rests instead on an initiatory system that is the vehicle of a particular gnosis, which is sometimes called the supreme secret of the 9th degree. We say we believe in one church, but there are two kinds of unity. There is the general unity, which is one because it includes all possible variations. But our church is a particular unity, which is one because it is individual, possessed of its unique identity, and willing to persevere in that identity, rather than to dilute itself in some ecumenical recognition of different religions with interchangeable value.